Hello, today I'll be talking about some of the issues that the skateboarding community faces and what users do to solve these issues. One of these problems to start off with is going to be how skateboarding isn't considered to be an extracurricular activity in most schools. But right here I have an example of what can happen. This is in Atkins Early College High School where they have a skateboarding club where these kids, they fill out waivers, and with the right supervision they could be taught skateboarding as an after school program. I think this is very unique and different. Another issue is going to be how if you're skateboarding on a college campus or a high school or say your local businesses, they're going to have signs that say this: no skates, no skateboards allowed. And this just prohibits skateboarding from taking place at all. You can get into trouble. One way that skateboarders are kept away from skating in the street, trespassing on a property, is going to be your local skate parks that have lights that turn on after dark. This right here is a clip of my friend Kaya. When we were skating at night, we could have easily been like on a school campus or such, and instead, since with the lights were on at the park, we were there skating. Another issue of skateboarding is going to be how it's so easy to injure yourself, and the most common injury is ankle injuries. So I'll talk about what method is most commonly used to treat this kind of injury. It's going to be your RICE. The acronym stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. And this is one of the best ways you could deal with recovering from your injured limbs. If you try something that's above your skill level, you could totally hurt yourself. And this is one of the biggest issues in skateboarding. This right here is a picture of someone who was going too fast down a hill, and they landed face first before their legs. It's got to be one of the most painful feelings in the world. Another issue in skateboarding is how you shred your clothes and ruin your shoes so fast. If you have a good resource and a place to shop like I do, this is Silver Skate Shop, and sometimes they'll give you good deals if you go there all the time, but shoes and boards do not last long, and that's a big issue in skating. One thing that is for sale through the shop is this stuff called shoe goo. This stuff, if you put it on your shoes, it'll make them last longer instead of you having to go and buy new ones. So I think this is a great resource. Another great thing about the community is how there's so many skate shops and so many brands for sale. Like, look at all these skateboards. All of these are different and unique. That's one way that the community is continuing to grow. An issue that can occur in the skate park environment obviously is going to be how if there isn't someone to enforce rules, then drugs and alcohol are going to be brought around a lot of times. One way that this could be dealt with is if we had more indoor skate parks that don't let in people who are looking to cause issues. A good example of this is going to be Warehouse 508 in downtown Albuquerque. This place won't even let you skate if you're under 18 and you don't wear a helmet. I think this is a good example of the community bettering. This is the inside of the skate park. They have art, and I think it looks very cool. Well, there you go. There you have it. There's my issues and the way that the users can solve them. I appreciate it. Thank you.